Good afternoon, 6th grade students. I've enjoyed seeing some of you today as you've dropped off your work, and I've been checking already. Many of you are doing a great job. I have noticed that we're still struggling a little bit with equations and order of operations. So I plan to address that later on this week. But for today, I want to go over your concept for lesson 143, page 257. And I've written down the exact problems that are in your workbook. So if you've already completed this page, then check along with me and see if you got the answers right. We're dealing today with compound measures. You've probably heard someone say before they're 5 feet 6 inches tall, or you could say 5.5 feet tall. There's a couple of ways that you could change that answer. So that's kind of what we're dealing with today. In section number 1, you had to convert to the smaller unit. So we take a look at the first problem, 1A, 2 feet 4 inches. The smaller of the two units would be inches. So you want to ask yourself, how many inches are in a foot? That would be 12. And you're going to convert this. 2 feet equals how many inches? Well, 12 times 2 would be 24. The only other difference is that you have to add this 4 to it to make a total of 28 inches. Now again, you could work this problem out. You could say 2 feet plus 4 inches equals how many inches. That's kind of what you did at the first of the year, maybe in some of your lower elementary grades. But they're trying to get you to do this more mentally by the time you're in 6th grade in the last quarter. So try to do it mentally if possible, but that answer would be 28 inches. Let's take a look at the next one. 1 peck, 3 quarts. We're going to the smaller unit. So how many quarts would that be? Well, there are 8 quarts in 1 peck. So we've got 1 peck or 8 quarts plus the additional 3, which would give us 11 quarts. 1C, let's take a look at that one. Hopefully you got the first ones correct. Here we have 3 decagrams and 5 grams. Just had a student waving at me out the window. So 3 decagrams and 5 grams. We're going to the smaller unit, which would be grams. Remember, there are 10 grams in 1 decagram. So 10 times 3 is 30. And then we add the extra 5 to get 35 grams. So that's the answer for letter C. Let's take a look here. Now the ones in blue, we're going to the greater unit. So these are going to be mixed number answers. So we've got 2 feet, 4 inches again. This time we're going to the larger, which is feet. So you ask yourself, 4 inches is what part of a foot? There are 12 inches in a foot, so you would say 4 over 12 and reduce that to 1/3, and then just bring it over with your whole number, 2 1/3 feet for that answer. Next we have 1 peck, 3 quarts. To the larger one would be peck. So how many quarts are in a peck? There are 8, so our answer would be 1 3/8. Again, these answers will be in mixed number answers, and that would be pecks. For the last one, I've got a student waiting, so I'm going to kind of move along pretty quickly. This one, letter C, would simply be 3 1/2 liters, or you could say 3.5 on that one. That's actually decaliters. Now, another part of your new concept today is this type of problem. It's addition. The first step is to simply add your side. Add all of your ounces up to get 26 ounces, and then add your pounds to get 9 pounds. So I did that part for you. Now we have to simplify because we know that there are how many ounces in a pound? There are 16 ounces in a pound. So you extract that 16 from this. So if I'm taking the 1 pound, the 16 ounces, I'm going to write that over here, 1 pound. And then in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, if I subtract 16 from 26, what is left over? The leftover would be 10 ounces. And then we do a final step of adding. 9 plus 1 is 10. And we bring down our 10 here. So 10 pounds, 10 ounces is the answer for 3A. Same thing for letter B. Just add everything up. Keep your inches all together, 21 inches. Feet all together, 9 feet. Then you're simplifying how many inches are in a foot. There are 12 inches in a foot. So I can say, and you can work out a division problem. You could say 12 divided into 21 if you need to do that. We know that that goes into it 1 time. And if we subtract quickly here, we see that we have 9 left over, so there are 9 inches. And it's important that you cross this one out because we've simplified that. And then we do our final adding. 9 plus 1 would be 10 feet, 9 inches. And that is for 3B. Now, there's one more, letter C. You work on that one and see if you can get that one correct. I'll give you the answer. It's 14 hours, 39 minutes. See if you can come up with that on your own. And I'll be back in touch with you tomorrow with some additional math videos. Have a great evening.